各位同事
Members, it's time and we have a quorum. First of all, confirmation of the minutes of the 30th meeting held on the 27th of June 2014. The minutes have been forwarded to you. Can we confirm the minutes, please? Thank you. Matters arising. My meeting with the Chief Secretary, nothing to report. Business arising from previous council meetings. Legal Service Division report on bill referred to the House Committee in accordance with Rule 54.4. Legal Advisor. Thank you, President. Yes, here is one bill, paper number LS70. Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Amendment Bill 2014. The bill seeks to amend the Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Ordinance and other related pieces of legislation to allow phased and early withdrawal of accrued benefits upon a scheme member's retirement or early retirement, to add terminal illness as a ground for the application of making early withdrawal, and so on. The panel on financial affairs was consulted on the 5th of May this year. Panel members have raised a number of concerns, especially on adding terminal illness as a ground for the application of making early withdrawal. Now, we're still scrutinizing the bill, but maybe members might wish to set up a bills committee. Yes. Who would like to join? Mr. Sin Chung Kai has proposed a bills committee. Who would like to join, please? The Secretary will circulate papers to members. Next, Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 27th of June 2014 and tabled in Council on the 2nd of July 2014. Legal Advisor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There are 7 items of subsidiary legislation. The paper number is LS71. From legal notices 96 to 102. LN 96 and 102 have to do with road traffic regulations. First, Road Traffic Construction and Maintenance of Vehicles Amendment Number 2, Regulation 2014. And the Road Traffic Amendment Ordinance 2012 Commencement Notice. Is that for public light buses registered for the first time after 2014, they have to retrofit an electronic data recording device. And for also, there's the other notice is that for people who apply for a public light bus driving license on or after the 1st of June 2015, they have to first attend or complete a pre-service course before they would be issued with a license. The electrical brief points out that the transport sector has expressed worries that the requirement of pre-service course may affect the recruitment of drivers. Members, do you wish to set up a subcommittee, please? Mr. James Tan. Paragraph 10. It says here, the panel on transport was not consulted on the commencement notice. Legal Advisor? Paragraph 10. Sorry, I didn't quite hear you. Yes, paragraph 10. It says here, the panel on transport was not consulted on the commencement notice. True. For the 2 measures I mentioned, these are the proposals in the Road Traffic Amendment Ordinance 2012, and there was a Bills Committee to consider the bill. Of course, the Bills Committee considered the policy, but then they did not comment on the commencement of the bill, so they left it to the administration. Now, I mentioned there are 2 requirements. The first is electronic data recording device that will start from the 1st of December this year. As for the requirement for attendance at the course, it will start in June next year. Mr. Frankie Yik, the sector has grave concern about the impact of this course requirement on recruitment difficulties, because there are already difficulties, so I would propose a subcommittee. Okay, Mr. Frankie Yik has proposed a subcommittee. Who'd like to join, please? Yes, Legal Advisor, please continue. Now, for the proposal on the attendance of pre-service course. You're referring to LN 102, right? So you're just talking about LN 96. So that means you mean it's actually just a subcommittee on the LN 102, the commencement notice, not the LN 96. Next, LN 97 and 98. Protection of endangered species of animals and plants exemption for appendices 2 and 3 species amendment order 2014, and protection of endangered species of animals and plants ordinance amendment of schedules 1 and 3 order 2014. Now these involve technical amendment. It's just to reflect the amendments passed by the CITES Convention in 2013. So, members, you wish to, the commencement date would be the 28th of November this year. Any subcommittee, please? No? Then, next one. Rules of the High Court, Amendment number 2, Rules 2014, and Rules of the District Court, Amendment Rules 2014. Now, the rules, of course, have to do with the High Court and the District Court in dealing with interpleading proceedings. That is, for decisions made by a master. Under the new arrangement, there could be appeal against the master's ruling directly to the Court of Appeal under this proposed amendment. The Panel on Administration of Justice and Legal Services was circulated paper on the 5th of May last year. Members did not give any comments. The legal notices will come into operation on the 1st of December 2013. Mr. Dennis Kwok proposes a subcommittee. Who would like to join, please? Ms. Sit Ho. Okay, we'll continue to circulate paper. Last item, please, Mr. Legal Advisor. Mr. Chairman, this is a commencement notice, LN 101. This is for a commencement for the Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Main Order. The date to be appointed would be the 20th of July 2014. There was a subcommittee to consider the order. Actually, LESCO approved the order on the 19th of March 2014. Members of the subcommittee, please? No? No need? Further business call the Council meeting of the 9th of July 2014. For items that are not yet finished, on the meeting of the 2nd of July, they will be carried forward to the July 9th meeting. Tabling of papers, report number 22/30 to 40 of the House Committee on consideration of subsidiary legislation and other instruments. For the subcommittee on the Free Telecommunications Regulation, the chairman, Mr. Charles Bock, has indicated his wish to speak. And actually, Mr. Charles Bock has also given notice to move an amendment to one of the regulations. If the President approves the moving of this motion, then members will have a chance to speak on the free regulations. Under the circumstance, I will not be moving a motion to note the relevant House Committee report. Mr. James Toh, you're talking about the 9th of July, right? Shouldn't there be a resumption of second reading debate on on Dr. Priscilla Leung's members' bill? I would like to say something. So, which is the juncture to chip in here? Well, you mean you wish to speak on the bill? No. I just want to say that we did not ask to set up a bills committee on that committee members' bill. But then after the House Committee, I think members all received some information, I think from the Methodist Church members. They queried the bill, and they queried whether it should be taken forward. And over 10,000 members of the congregation originally could vote, but now just 1,000 or 2,000 of the congregation members for the Kowloon Tong Church could vote. Dr. Priscilla Leung is not here. Now, I don't know what the procedure is like, because there are now specific issues. I wonder if Dr. Leung could first withdraw the notice to resume the second reading debate of her bill. And then together with Dr. Priscilla Leung and those who've made the petition, we could first deal with the matter. Otherwise, I'm afraid there may not be a chance to do anything. And then I and some members may have to consider to vote against this bill. Now, if Dr. Leung would like the bill to be passed, then can I ask, because we've come to this stage, so I can only raise this point here, but I see Dr. Leung is not here. I don't know what to do. Perhaps, what sort of procedure could we follow so we could first consider the bill? Clerk? Now, I must clarify that I am not against the bill in principle. It's just that after the second reading of the bill, I and many other members received this submission, so we ought to deal with it. Secretary General, well, because the bill is already on the agenda, perhaps after the meeting, together with Mr. James To and Dr. Priscilla Leung, we could discuss what we can do. Thank you. Mr. Frankie Yik? No, I've already spoken. Dr. Helena Wong. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to pick up on Mr. To's point. I hope there's a chance for us to learn more about the issue and to have a discussion. Well, this item is already on the council meeting's agenda. Perhaps let's see what you can work out in your meeting later on. I or Mr. Peter Cheung. You don't have to give notice here. Now, I should give notice here to informal members. That I would like to give notice that if Dr. Priscilla Leung still proceeds with the bill, that is, she doesn't withdraw the notice to resume the second reading on debate of the bill, then I or Mr. Peter Cheung may take some action to see how we could delay the passage of the bill and so we will have sufficient time to consider it. Dr. Priscilla, sorry, my apology, I came in late. Let me give you the latest information first. Now, for the Methodist Church who asked me to help to put forward this bill, we've received their consent. That is, we will hold the second reading for the time being. It's already in the letter, and I've asked them to give me a piece of legal advice. They've actually given me the legal advice in English, but I've asked them for translation in Chinese because I would like members of this council to read the legal advice. It's important that we all understand the bill. Now, the legal advice in English is in detail, but I've asked for a summary translation of the legal advice in Chinese, so it's easier for members to read. That's the latest position. So, because even I have made this request to them, I've asked them for legal advice. Now, to complete the record, Mr. Chairman, that is the Hong Kong Kowloon Tong Christian Methodist Corporation Amendment Bill. Now, Dr. Leung is here now. Dr. Priscilla Leung has originally given notice to resume the second reading of the bill after we've dealt with the government bills. So I and Peter Cheung have asked. Actually, we might not even get to her bill at the council meetings, but we would like her to withdraw her notice for resuming the second reading of the bill, and then we will have a chance to sit down together for a discussion if we don't have to rush things. Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Let me make clear. That's exactly what I just said. I told you already. That's what I'm doing. I've already written a letter in. Yes, I think you've made yourself clear. Thank you. Next. Bill's first reading, moving of second reading, Veterinary Surgeons Restoration Amendment Bill 2014 and Land Miscellaneous Provisions Amendment Bill 2014. We will deal with them after the summer break. Position on bills, committees and subcommittees. As at the 3rd of July 14, there are 15 bills committees, 5 subcommittees under the House Committee, and 9 subcommittees on policy issues under the panels. There are 3 subcommittees on the waiting list. Proposed duty visit to Singapore by the panel on transport. Mr. Chen Kam-lam.
Chairman, colleagues, the transport panel proposes a duty visit to Singapore between the 23rd and 26th of September to study the transport control measures adopted by the Singaporean government and their experience in formulating traffic control measures. Members of the panel also agreed to look into the railway system, including the fully automated railway system and its management. 7 members of the panel have indicated their interest in taking part in the duty visit. The list is set out in Annex 2 of the paper. I urge members to approve the proposal. Any comments from members? If not, then we support the proposed duty visit to Singapore by the panel on transport. Next item, appointment of a subcommittee to prepare for the operation of the Select Committee to which the petition presented at the Council meeting of the 25th of June 2014 has been referred. Who would like to join? Mr. Wu Chi-wai. Thank you. Chairman. On the 25th of June, we endorsed the setting up of this Select Committee, and in the past, we already have this experience of setting up a Select Committee. I hope members would consider the composition of this Select Committee so that we can allow more members to join. Many colleagues are concerned over the issue of the XRL incident. So in the past, there were 23 members. That's the baseline, and maybe members can consider increasing the number of members. And also, we may also consider the composition. That is the mix of pro-establishment and pan-democratic camp from 8 to 5 to a closer proportion, so that the deliberation process may allow more concerns to be expressed by the pan-democrats over the XRM incident. Now, the most important thing about setting up this Select Committee or the subcommittee is for the subcommittee to formulate the terms of reference and the composition of the Select Committee. So you must join the subcommittee first, hold the discussion before telling us the decision. The House Committee will not decide on the membership. And who would like to join? The Secretariat will continue to circulate the form to members. Chairman, I have something on AOB. That's my decision to make. I'm sorry, a point of order. Chairman, you should point out what you are referring to. In relation to the last week, in relation to your decision. Well, if it's about me, then it's not a point of order. Listen carefully, Chairman. Last week, Mr. Raymond Wong moved a motion to adjourn the meeting to discuss about the Electoral Commission's debate and decision. And at that time, I asked whether any government officials would come. You said no. And then I got the answer from the Secretariat. Today, I tried to move a German debate on the affair over the confusion at the Finance Committee over the NENT funding proposal, and that Mr. Ng Nang Sing should be reprimanded. You turned down my request because you said no government official could attend the meeting. How could you adopt such a double standard? We've asked the Secretariat to reply to you. If what I did was against the rules of procedure, the Secretariat would be the first one to tell me that I acted in contrary to the ROP, and the ROP and the Secretariat did not tell me so. I worked with the Secretariat on this matter. I did not adopt a double standard. Now, so you're giving the impression that everything you do is in accordance with the ROP, and for the Pan-Democrats, everything is against the ROP. So this is just a club for the pro-establishment camp. Nothing under AOB. Meeting is adjourned.